Hi students, I hope all of you have been enjoying your science lessons. Today, I'm here to share with everyone some pointers regarding upper secondary chemistry. In secondary 1 and 2 science, you have been introduced to chemistry topics such as elements, compounds and mixtures, separation techniques, atoms and ions, and chemical changes. One of the chemical change everyone is familiar with would be the reaction between acids and alkalis, also known as neutralization. When mixed with an indicator, solutions containing different amounts of acids and alkalis will give different colors. In upper secondary chemistry, you'll be exposed to a great variety of chemical reactions and processes. For instance, you'll be learning why some reactions release heat to the surroundings. The burning of magnesium in air releases large amounts of heat as seen in this experiment. Conversely, there are other reactions that absorb heat from the surroundings and hence the substance feels cold. The chemical reaction in a cold pack absorbs heat and is commonly used to provide a cooling relief during a fever. In addition, you will also be exploring how different factors affect the rate of a chemical reaction and much more. In essence, learning chemistry helps us to explain different phenomena that occur all around us. Like any science, to perform well at upper secondary chemistry, you need a good foundation in lower secondary. As such, do take all your lessons seriously and work hard. In addition, spend time not only to memorize your content in your science syllabus, but to also understand and internalize them well. When in doubt, be proactive and seek help from your science teachers. We are always there to answer all your queries and to help you excel. I hope that this short sharing has provided all of you with a slightly better understanding of what chemistry is all about. Do note that chemistry is a compulsory subject in upper secondary. Feel free to check with your science teachers if you need more information or clarification. So what are you waiting for? Let's strive hard for science and embark on this chemistry journey together. Remember, all you need to do well for chem is try. See ya!
Hi Sec2s, I'm Miss Rachel Teo. I'm here to share with you why you should consider studying physics at Upper Sec. Now, why study physics? If you're the type of students who always want to know why, then physics helps you to understand the world around you and how things work to satisfy your curiosity. Physics drives technological advancement, impacting society, the environment, as well as the economy. So without physics, there will be no mobile phones, computers, as well as all the modern conveniences that we are enjoying now. And if you're looking for ways to develop your critical thinking or problem solving skills, then physics is one avenue that you can develop those skills that you can use for your future. And what's more, if you're the student who wants more fun, then in physics, there's less rote learning and memorization, have fun with lab work and live demonstrations. And finally, if you want more options when you graduate from secondary school, then physics is a subject that you can consider because the learning of physics opens up to a wide range of educational as well as future career options. So many of the most rapidly growing fields, such as green energy, automation, artificial intelligence, and web design, they all require the study of physics. If you're interested to take physics at higher level, then you will have to take physics at secondary school level as this forms your foundation for your future learning. A degree in physics can take you into many career options, such as science and research, space and astronomy, medical and engineering, IT and technology, energy and utilities. Now, even Elon Musk, Tesla's founder, also attribute to the learning of physics that makes him a better leader. He says that, I tend to approach things from a physics framework, and physics teach you how to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. Now, I'm very sure that you'll be very interested to know what you'll be covering at Upper Sec Physics. So there are 6 fundamental sections, which comprise of mechanics, thermal physics, waves, magnetism and electromagnetism, electricity, and radioactivity. So to start off, we have the first fundamental section, which is mechanics. So in physical quantities, you'll be learning about how to use measuring instruments accurately as well as with precision. And you'll also be learning about kinematics. So learn all about what happens behind skydiving and the concept of terminal velocity. So you will learn about forces in dynamics as well as Newton's law. In turning effects of forces, learned all about moments and how to balance literally everything by understanding concepts such as equilibrium as well as center of gravity. Also, learned all about pressure, about why the balloon doesn't burst when placed on a bed of nails, as well as hydraulic pressure used in braking of a car, and atmospheric pressure. Finally, in energy work power, learned about conversion of energy and work done. So in this segment in thermal physics, we'll be learning about the kinetic model of metal, of solids, liquid, as well as gas, and how heat is actually being transferred through the processes of conduction, convection, as well as radiation. We will also learn about how factors such as color and texture affect radiation, and what happens molecularly during boiling as well as during the cooling process. So in this segment, we'll be learning about waves, learn the difference between a transverse and longitudinal wave. Also, we'll be learning about the different components of the electromagnetic spectrum and how we use them in our daily life, such as the gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, visible light, infrared radiation, microwaves, and radio waves. Finally, learn about light. Learn about how light behaves when it falls on different surfaces or go from one medium into another. So learn about the properties of reflection, refraction, as well as total internal reflection, which is used in optic fibers for telecommunication and your internet broadband. And in the third segment, we'll be learning all about electricity. Have you ever wondered how lightning is formed or how a light bulb works? In static electricity, learn about how static charges bring about static discharge in the form of sparks, learn about how lightning is formed, and learn about how your photocopier works. Now, in current electricity, you'll be learning about current, voltage, as well as resistance. And in the DC circuits, learn about how electrical components such as the LDR can be used as an automatic switch. We'll also be picking up practical skills and learning how to wire common household appliances, and also learn about how typical residential wiring system looks like, and how do we actually add in safety measures such as earth wire and circuit breaker to make the use of electricity safer in practical electricity. In the fourth segment, learn about magnetism and electromagnetism. Learn about how magnetic applications is used in our daily lives, such as the magnetic levitated trains that is used in Japan, Germany, as well as China. Also, ever wondered about wireless charging in your Samsung handphones? So in this segment, you can also learn about electromagnetic induction, whereby we will use magnets as well as forces in order to create electrical energy. And the last segment is on radioactivity. So learn about concepts such as half-life and the different types of radioactive radiation. Also learn about how the sun is able to provide us with endless energy through the process of nuclear fusion. If you're interested to find out more, do remember to speak to any other physics teacher. So see you!
Wow! I'm sure Miss Teo has captivated many of you with her interesting demonstrations. But before you set your heart to select physics, do give me the opportunity to promote the selling points of biology. Biology is the study of all living things, from the smallest organisms such as bacteria and viruses to the largest organisms such as a fungus that can grow up to 3 kilometers long. But of course, we won't be able to cover so much content within a short span of 2 years. O-level biology is specially designed to let you learn about vital life processes that take place in humans and plants. Now, let's have a little quiz. Think about the oxygen that you are breathing in every second. Which organism on Earth produces the bulk of the oxygen needed to sustain life? Well, many of you would naturally assume that it is the plants. But here's a fun fact. Land plants only produce 30% of the oxygen on Earth. Phytoplankton in the sea produces the other 70%. Photosynthesis is the process that these organisms use to produce oxygen for all of us to use. In O-level biology, you will learn about photosynthesis in greater detail. Here is another fun fact. The largest tree on Earth are the giant redwoods found in USA. Every day, each of these trees moves about 1,000 kg of water from the soil to their leaves 100 meters above the ground. To do this, a large amount of energy is required to overcome gravity. How do these trees generate so much force? How is water transported inside these trees? To know the answer to these questions, biology would be the right subject to take. As mentioned earlier, you'll be learning about vital life processes that take place in humans. So, in short, you will learn about the digestive system, the circulatory system, the respiratory system, etc. If you take pure biology, you will also learn about the nervous system, the excretory system, and the human eye.
Hi, Miss Teo. What's the difference between pure and combined sciences?
Oh, the difference between combined science and pure science is not just the number of chapters that you study, but also the type of O-level questions that you attempt would be quite different. So pure science questions are generally more multi-level thinking, deductive, and more analytical than compared to combined science.
I see.
Okay, so Mr. Ho, do you have any important tips that you would like to share with our students?
Sure, I can share a few. Pure sciences is much more rigorous than combined sciences. Okay, you need to have both the attitude and the aptitude to do well for sciences. Aptitude refers to the ability to study and cope with the demands of the subject. You need to meet a set of criteria in order to be offered pure sciences. However, your aptitude alone does not guarantee you success. Your attitude is very important as well. Attitude refers to having the right approach to your studies. This includes paying attention in class, revising your work diligently, and most importantly, doing all your homework asked by your teacher.
Yeah, so Madam Ong, do you think that a student should take pure science just because he or she qualifies for it?
That's a very interesting question. Actually, another important consideration is whether you intend to study science at a higher level in the future, be it JC, Polytechnic, or university. If you don't have the intention to do so, you may not choose to study pure science even if you are eligible for it. Don't choose pure science just because it sounds prestigious. If you are still unsure of your future education and career pathways, you can have a discussion with your parents, teachers, or even our school's ECG counselor.
So in short,
Choose wisely and all the best.